IONCINEMA.com live from the 2025 Venice Film Festival. We're about to look back at the competition films and how we assess them and where we think they'll rank in terms of awardage. Stay tuned. Me and Nicholas Bell get together. We are on the final day of competition. We have viewed, or Nicholas has viewed, the entire competition. I've managed to get at least 85% under my belt. We're going to briefly look over every single film that was in competition and what their prospects were, and a really quick reaction to the films. Nicholas, we started with the Sorrentino film, La Grazie.
Yes.
Pricing-wise, this might be the better of the Italian films. So last year we had Vermiglio, which was a cut above the rest. However, in this case, I wouldn't say this is a cut above the rest. However, we can say that Tony Servillo might outpace some of the actors for the Volpi Cup.
I think he's still kind of a long shot, but yeah, he's a contender for sure. He's the best part of that film.
Day one was with that film. We also saw Orphan and Begonia directly after that. Lanthamos, I want to say, was a refreshing demonstration of what he's capable of doing, and it certainly harkens back to, I wouldn't say Poor Things necessarily. I want to say The Favorite in terms of the visual structure. I think we were both quite pleased with this Lanthamos offering. And I think Jesse Plemons falls into that category of take me seriously. This is a Philip Seymour Hoffman level craft. What do you believe the chances are for the film as a whole? And do you think Jesse Plemons could actually take the another festival award?
Oh yeah, because he won Best Actor in Cannes for Kinds of Kindness, which I don't know that was a deserved win, but. Yeah, I think he has a good chance. I think that film overall really should get something. Even Emma Stone, I think, who's very good in it, but might get bypassed because there's actually quite a few good Best Actress contenders. But Plemons, for sure, it could take Best Director, Screenplay, even though it is a remake, but it does feel different than the original Korean film it's based on. But I would love to see that win something.
Same here. And as for Orphan, I think we both had fairly positive responses to it. I think the breakout here is perhaps the child actor. We were discussing it yesterday, and here in Venice they have an award for Best Newcomer, so he seems almost to be a lock for this award.
I'd be surprised if he didn't get that, actually. But and that was a film too, I think. It played so early, and I think that there wasn't such fanfare for it that it might get lost in the mix a bit as well.
That's very possible. That was followed by Jay Kelly and Valeria Danzoli's film A Pied d'Oeuvre. You had a very, I don't want to say negative reaction to Noah Baumbach's, but I think
it was negative. I didn't care for it.
Okay. I was a little bit more, how can I say it, charmed by it. It does function within certain perimeters or stratosphere of an old type of cinema. But I think for Baumbach, we're expecting a little bit more.
Yes, it doesn't quite get there, and I think it has some moments of really broad comedy that fall flat, and a lot of wasted people in it that have nothing absolutely whatsoever to do. And strangely, I guess not strangely, but I thought Adam Sandler was the best part of it.
Good point. So potentially in award season, he might be in contention for something. I don't remember if Jay Kelly's playing TIFF. I don't believe so, but it definitely will play at New York Film Fest. So something to not watch out for. Danzoli, I missed that film. If I remember correctly, your rating was a 2.5 on 5, so coming nowhere near to her. I want to say her best film is still Declaration of War.
You know, I still am a fan of her. I think it's her first film, Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
I still kind of like the most from her, but I think I rated it even lower. I think it was a 2, and it has a lot of people that I've heard saying they quite liked it. I did not. I thought it was kind of poverty tourism. I think that it's well-meaning, but we all know where the path with good intentions is paved towards. I didn't care for that either.
I want to say after Lanthamos, I want to say the big major breakout from this festival is Park Chan-wook's film, No Other Choice. This checks off a lot of boxes. I think we were both extremely pleased. I don't want to say it's a comeback film from him, but it's a film that understands the genre that it's working in. We made allusion to Parasite, that it has that same type of feel to it. I think for it to not be among the winners here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's left off the map, but it definitely needs to pick up something.
I agree. I think it is a masterpiece. It justifies its length, unlike Decision to Leave, which is also a genre film. This has a lot more comedy. I think Parasite's a really good comparison. I read the book that it's based on, The Axe by Donald Westlake, and saw the Costas Gavras film that was also made, who he dedicated this film to.
The very end.
Yeah, excellent, exquisite.
So the first doc, we both liked it. It's Gianfranco Rossi's, and I'm forgetting the title.
Below the Clouds.
Below the Clouds. I don't think it's gonna pick up anything here, but maybe it's that Italian breakout film that overtakes Deuce and all the Italian offerings. Who knows?
I mean, Gianfranco Rossi's already won the Golden Lion in 2013 for Sacra GRA. I like this better than that. It's operating in much the same way. It's taking a part of Italy, it's Naples, and kind of exploring obscure angles, but from every side, and I thought it was very compelling. He's also the cinematographer. I think it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
I was a fan of it.
A nice companion piece to La Chimera. It really is a look at the underbelly and the different layers of that city. The clouds have very little to do with it.
Yeah.
Quickly going through the titles, we have Frankenstein. So this is a big, massive piece of cinema from Guillermo del Toro, a Netflix, one of the Netflix films here. I don't think it's going to prize. Its journey, it'll have a safe journey to TIFF. And yeah, I just don't see it picking up anything. But you did see the film. Is there anything that stands out here?
Well, Del Toro, kind of like he did with his Nightmare Alley remake, does a really good job of adding some deeper psychological trauma to the interior of the performances with father-son issues going on. It does feel a little long, and because it's Netflix and the length of it and how it's broken up, feels almost like a mini-series. As far as the Lineage of Frankenstein adaptations, probably the best since the James Whale, really, because not that there's a lot of really great ones in between there. I don't think it will pick up any awards, but I was happy to see it.
A film that won't be picking up any awards, if we were to read into your review, is The Wizard of the Kremlin.
No.
Same goes here. I did like it a little bit more. It is a lot. It's a checklist of a whole bunch of items, and there's not too much nuance to it. It just really is exposition, super friendly.
Oh, it's Paul Dano reading narration out loud to us forever. I think the casting is off. This is worse than Wasp Network. I love SAS. This is not. I don't think this was his film to make. It was my least favorite film in the competition by far.
That says a lot. Jim Jarmusch offered Father, Mother, Sister, Brother. Apparently it was a Cannes reject. Here it played super well for the critics. I happened to miss it. I won't be seeing it until it gets released by Mubi December 24th. I believe you gave it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm. I quite liked it.
Okay.
I heard from a couple reputable sources that the Cannes situation was Thierry Frémaux was kind of not making a quick decision, and Barbera offered him a role in the competition very early on, a secure slot. So that is why Jarmusch made that decision before Frémaux really offered him anything, because I think it's had that taint that Cannes passed it up in a lot of conversations. But I think it's really well done. I think it's saying a lot about families, because it's 3 vignettes, a triptych, and the first 2 families are white families, and I'm saying there's a large disparity between how they behave with theirs and then the final family, which is
Parisian set, I believe, right?
Parisian and mixed race twins. And Charlotte Rampling, though, you know, this is the role. It's a role that she was, of course, born to play. I also really like Vicky Krieps. Yeah, I had a really good time with it.
So overall, do you think it's just one of those really good films where it's doing a whole bunch of things right, but wouldn't necessarily prize here? Would you say that?
Yeah, I think it's one that might get overlooked quite easily, but I think it's well worth seeking out.
The big question mark for me is The Testament of An Lee. I think we both admired it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of qualities here. 70 millimeter, her third feature film. I was thinking, when I saw this, I said, this is the type of film that you would award the Best Director prize to. However, I think there's a new contender in its place, and we'll talk about it very soon. Do you sort of like share the same thoughts about the direction, at least?
Yeah, I like Mona Fastvold's. I prefer The World to Come by maybe a large margin, but it's clear that the production is that the effort that went into recuperating An Lee is compelling. I think Amanda Seyfried is quite good in it. It's also a musical. It's divided up into 3 chapters, and they all kind of feel the same way until maybe the finale. But yeah, I mean, it's commendable. It's trying something new. It was ravaged by the Italian critics, who I think didn't really kind of understand anything that she was going for, but daring for sure.
The Smashing Machine. A lot of people, that's the A24 film. A lot of people are I think, champion The Rock. I had a very lukewarm response to it. I think you liked it a little bit more than I did. Do you think The Rock actually stands a chance in the best male actor Volpi Cup here?
I do. It's interesting how they. I mean, every jury's a little different, but the year The Whale was here, everybody assumed Brandon Fraser would get it, and they didn't. It went to Colin Farrell, so that could be kind of a mix-up. But I think he's a very strong contender. Dwayne Johnson's the best parts of the film. I think it's a well-intentioned biopic, and a theme that I noticed in a lot of the films is that we'll probably get into this with the Bigelow as well. We're getting a lot of people that are characters that are written as experts in their field but don't really behave as such. But Smashing Machine, I think the problem I had was the parameters of the central relationship, which is really, it's as equally a relationship film as the boxing movie, aren't. It's not well construed, so it feels really lopsided in a lot of strange ways.
So I don't think it'll be this year's The Wrestler. L'Étranger from François Ozon. We were both extremely pleased by this film. I don't want to say it's a return for him because he puts out so many films out there, but I don't think it'll prize. But I think hats off for doing a really cool film. You had read the book previously and saw the Italian version of the Italian
Visconti.
Yes.
And starring Marcello Mastroianni, who's a little bit too old to have been playing that character then. Ozon, is a filmmaker I'll always watch. I think that it's been a while since I felt so enthusiastic after seeing an Ozon film. I think it captures the existential ennui of Camus' classic text, and where all of the details are really quite important to what the film is trying to say and all of the subtext. And it does feel pretty comprehensively included. Loved how it looks. It's shot in this beautiful black and white by Manu Ducasse, who's one of my favorite contemporary cinematographers. And the score, this Kuwaiti composer, all of it blends together quite nicely.
Yeah. Bigelow's The House of Dynamite. I really did not care for this film. I hope it doesn't win anything. However, it did get a warm applause from the critics.
I don't see it winning anything. It does feel like a Netflix film. I think Bigelow still is on, she can still direct a muscly action film. And this is another film that's set in 3 parts. And the first segment is, I think, quite good. It's that it keeps going back to the same perspective of what's going on in the really 20-minute sequence that is important to the narrative. And it reminded me of, it's a nicer version of something like that film Vantage Point from 2008 by Pete Travis. But again though, nobody felt really believable to me that are experts trained in dealing with what's happening, which is a nuclear missile headed towards Chicago.
The Golden Lion winner, I think we're both on board with this, is the voice of Hind Rajab. I I want to pronounce her name right, Kunter Ben Hania.
Yeah, the Tunisian director.
I do not see how this will not win the Golden Lion.
I don't either, but I think that's the politically correct choice to make, but also considering it's a rarity to have cinema speaking directly to something going on right now that was made with a shoestring budget and no resources. It is impressive. I think you were more enthusiastic about it than I was. I think it will. It's not my choice to win, but I really would be surprised if it didn't.
Mm-hmm. We'll wrap this up with going through the final titles. We have Dues, the Italian film. We have Girl from Shikyu. We have Elisa, the other Italian film. And then you saw an Italian film docu this morning. We have Silent Friend, which we were both extremely high on. And you wrapped up the fest with the Chinese offering.
The Sun Rises on All of Us. Mm-hmm.
So out of this entire pack, I want to say The Silent Friend is really...
Oh yeah, and
the film that really sticks out. I hope that it gets some sort of prize, maybe best screenplay.
Yeah, it seems like last year's April, which would have been my choice for winning. It'll probably win a second or third place, because certainly its artistic merit deserves something. But yeah, quite impressive, and I think it's an interesting counterpiece to Bonello's The Beast.
Yes,
in a lot of ways, both in the structure and I think saying some things about human progress and technology, but in a more hopeful light. That's the deserving Gold Lion winner.
And I love that final shot, which sort of mimics where we're sitting. We're sitting among the plants right here. So that was a speeded up version of our...
I have to say I liked Bravo Bene, the Franco Maresco film that I saw this morning.
This morning, okay.
Yes.
That's the one that I chose Sleep over a black and white docu film about the making or unmaking of a film.
Basically, I think Man from La Mancha is a really great reference for what this film is doing. But I've only seen one previous Maresco film, which won an award here in 2019, Lucretia Martel's Jury. The Mafia is no longer what it used to be, and his stuff's kind of hard to find in the U.S. But I found after that this is definitely a person. I can't believe that I haven't watched his previous cinema. What an interesting, difficult person.
Yeah, he sort of like looks it too.
Yes.
That's a really quick wrap up on our ideas, our alignment for the
I would say
for the competition.
Throw in Valeria Bruni Tedeschi for
Dues, yeah,
as a potential Best Actress win, because I think that she's the selling point of that film as well.
Great. I'm looking at Justine Triet from a distance. I believe she's there. I think she was a jury member. But that's the kind of festival that it is. You walk in, see a lot of auteur celebrities, and that wraps up our overview of the Lido offerings in the competition. And we'll find out tomorrow. Surely I'll post this before that, who got which award, and we'll get to get a good laugh out of this, or high-five each other with our correct predictions. Thank you very much to our chief critic, who sees everything. He's a completist, as we call him.
I am a completist. Yes.
Saw every film in competition and did all the reviews for the film in competition. So we're blessed to have your cine knowledge expanded through here and by the written word. So thank you very much, Nicholas Bell, and looking forward to seeing you at the Berlinale 2026.
Yes, thank you.
Stay tuned, people.
Can't wait for that. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from IONCINEMA.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.